going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, we're going to be talking about NBA news and rumors as of September 30th. The NBA preseason is about to start, and we're super duper excited. We've got some crazy reports about training camp, some reports about schedules, and oh boy, we've got a lot to talk about today. So if you're a big NBA fan and want to stay updated with everything that's going on, you're going to love this channel. I'd love to welcome you aboard. Before getting into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to David Nan from Patreon. David, thank you so much for supporting the channel. David is an honorary Patreon member, has been supporting the channel for a very long time now. David, words cannot express how thankful I am. Thank you so much. I'm going to keep working hard and keep making you proud. Just one more announcement. I'm giving away a bunch of copies of NBA 2K22, so if you want a copy, all you gotta do is go join my Discord community. It's completely free. Link is down below. I would love to see as many of you guys to be a part of that. So do that if you guys can. It's completely free. See you all there. I'm gonna be very active there. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about NBA news and rumors. After a very successful training camp, the Lakers are very satisfied. We've gotten so many reports today about Frank Vogel's opinion, LeBron's opinion, and if you're a big Lakers fan, you simply gotta be excited for NBA preseason. It's gonna start in a couple of days. There was a report that came out about Frank Vogel, and this is it. Frank Vogel praised the competitive nature of every possession during Lakers practice today. Today was the first day of training camp, and we've gotten so many videos of the Lakers practicing, and if you watch those clips, the Lakers look locked in. Just to mention this as well, a lot of the players in practice were wearing a t-shirt that said mindset. I do believe the Lakers' mindset is to win a championship this year. It's a go big or go home year. When Frank Vogel was asked who stood out during the Lakers practice, I love that he said Russell Westbrook is pretty good. This past offseason, getting Westbrook was the Lakers' biggest move, and if their head coach is very impressed of Westbrook already, that simply speaks volume to the future of this team. Not to mention, LeBron had a few words to say as well and says this. LeBron says Kendrick Nunn, Kent Bazemore, and DeAndre Jordan are picking up the Lakers system quickly. So in the videos we've seen, we see a lot of Kent Bazemore, a lot of smiles from DeAndre Jordan, great pick and roll action, and of course Kendrick Nunn's interview. He knows he's locked in, is going to come in being a star off the bench. And from what LeBron is saying, these guys are simply fitting into the system and the playbook. When talking about Rajon Rondo, one of the biggest questions is how much will Rondo play this year? And we got a report, and it says this. Coach told me like anywhere from 0 to 48 minutes. Said he'll have an impact regardless of how much time he gets on the floor. I absolutely agree with Rajon Rondo. Even if he does not play plus 20 minutes, plus 30 minutes, he's going to be a big factor vocally on the bench, in the locker room, with his veteran leadership, his NBA experience. Rondo brings so much more to the table than simply being on the floor. And I absolutely agree. And you guys got to as well, because don't expect Rondo to be playing a lot of minutes. I do believe Russell Westbrook will be the main point guard, but Kendrick Nunn I believe will get more minutes than Rajon Rondo. When talking about the Lakers roster, they just made a move for their training camp roster. They signed Trevelin Queen to an Exhibit 10 training camp contract. After bumping Austin Reeves to a regular contract, they had a couple of space and a couple room to sign players, and Trevelin Queen was their target. If you guys don't know who Trevelin Queen is, this is why I'm here. I'm gonna give you guys a brief explanation of this player. Trevelin Queen is a 6'6" guard and was a part of the Lakers Summer League team this year. He went undrafted in last year's NBA draft and spent training camp last year with the Houston Rockets, played about 15 games in the G League, and in the G League averaged about 10 points, 2.3 boards, 1.2 assists, and 1.2 steals while shooting 46% from the field. After not really getting an opportunity in the NBA last year, this year he was very phenomenal in the NBA Summer League. Averaged about 13 points per game for the Lakers and 2 steals per game. And in the Lakers' final Summer League game, he scored 21 points off the bench to go with 5 boards and 4 steals in an amazing victory. After that game, there was so much buzz that the Lakers will give him a chance in the training camp roster. And oh boy, just on the day of, the Lakers did give him a chance. And in today's training camp, he was a part of it. If Queen does well in training camp, he could potentially earn a spot on the South Bay Lakers on the G League team, which I do believe is his plan. And then of course from there, convert his Exhibit 10 contract to a two-way contract and then can make him available for the Lakers roster, maybe in some of the games during the year. With the Lakers moving Austin Reeves to a regular contract, that two-way deal is still available. And right now, there are a lot of players in the Lakers training camp that's trying to get that spot. The Lakers believe in Trevelin's development and future, and let's see how well he does in the upcoming days. Moving on, we're going to be talking about the NBA and what's going on right now with vaccinations. Adrian Ward says this: the NBA has reached a 95% vaccination threshold of its players, reflecting a steady rise since the opening of training camps. That upsticks includes players who've received at least their first shot. So over the past couple of days, we got news that only 90% have been vaccinated, but now 5% more got vaccinated, which is great as the NBA season is going to start very soon. Adrian Woj also tweets this: the NBA and NBPA agreed on continuing stringent regulations for unvaccinated players this year. The opening news circle of training camps focused on a few star players such as Kyrie Irving and Bradley Beal, who had come to camp unvaccinated. So I do believe there is going to be another option for unvaccinated players. The NBA does want to try their best to respect those players that do not want to get vaccinated, and then of course there is going to be a few regulations that will be strict, but of course at least there's something. Moving on quickly, we're going to be talking about Draymond Green. In yesterday's report, we got news that Draymond Green was not a part of the Warriors practice. But we got news today that Draymond is back, he's looking fine, and of course he was limited, but I do believe everything is looking bright for the Warriors. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Bradley Beal and a potential contract extension. We got a big report about Bradley Beal's future. This is it. With Beal's decision on a contract extension looming, Washington and their GM Tommy Shepard have made their pitch. On Friday, nearly 2 years after Beal signed a 2-year $70 million deal, the Wizards can officially present a 4-year $181.5 million extension. Oh boy, this is a lot of money. Shepard said in an interview earlier this month the team plans to do so at dawn. Beal, however, will take slightly more time to figure out his future. Beal says this: "My biggest thing is getting us off to a good start." The report goes on and says, "We worry about the contract money and all that later. I'll let them deal with it when the time comes for sure. I got all year to sign too, so I'm not in a rush." So from what Bradley Beal is saying, he's not going to rush his contract extension, but I believe Bradley Beal is actually potentially thinking of leaving Washington. That might be an option, or of course maybe he wants to wait for a little more money, or maybe another team can offer him more. Bradley Beal, what are you waiting for? This is 4 years, $180 million on the table, about $45 million a year. Oh boy, that's a lot of money. Beal, you gotta sign that before it's gone. You do not want to make the same mistake that Dennis Schroeder made. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Joel Embiid, and he had a few things to say on the Ben Simmons situation. Our team has always been around his needs. He says this: "Our teams have always been built around his needs, so it's just kind of surprising to see. Even going back to the reason why we signed Al, we got rid of Jimmy, which I still think was a mistake, just to make sure he needed the ball in his hands." So for what Joel is saying, everything they made, all the trades, all the signings, was to make Ben Simmons comfortable. And honestly, I do see that fact being true. After losing Jimmy, Ben Simmons was their main ball handler and their main playmaker. But then, they didn't have shooters, so they brought in Seth Curry, they brought in Danny Green, and now with Philly building a great roster, why is Ben Simmons going all the way to request a trade and not even show up to training camp? Joel is definitely upset, and I do understand, because I see it. It's true, Philly tried to make Ben happy. I am going to be honest though, I do believe Ben is going to be traded sooner or later, and with Ben saying he does not want to be in Philly anymore, I do believe that's a sad truth. And the last report today is talking about Kyrie Irving, and the report is that the Nets and Kyrie Irving are not interested in a trade. In yesterday's news, we heard rumors that apparently the Brooklyn Nets should trade Kyrie Irving because right now he's causing so much drama, so much antics off the court. But today, the Nets are saying, nope, we're not going to trade Kyrie Irving. This is the report. Kyrie came to Brooklyn to win a championship alongside Kevin Durant. James Harden have communicated they expect Irving to be a part of the Brooklyn for the foreseeable future. I agree with that. I see Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and KD trying to win a championship over the next couple of years, and let's see how much championships they could win. So in my opinion, I agree. I don't believe the Nets are going to trade Kyrie. So yes guys, this wraps up my video for today, talking about the NBA news and rumors as of September 30th. What's most important to me is I want to know your thoughts. Which of these news do you like the most? What do you guys think about these news topics? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!